Do you like what Vikings got going, or do you believe in Alliance coming in with always something that's exciting to see this this draft that does involve a position for Luna?
Yes, I really don't like what Alliance has. I hope they can prove me wrong, but I'm really not liking what they've picked up here. There's a Juggernaut into a Chen. You know, the Omni Slash I don't feel like is ever going to be very strong here. I feel like they just got counterpicked a lot of times. I feel like Viking maybe just broke Alliance's draft a little bit. We'll see though if it does work, but it does look a little weird for me from Alliance.
Yeah, no, so let's see what Alliance can do with it. As I say, it's always exciting to see teams experiment with the, well, not necessarily support heroes that we never see, but definitely the less popular ones. So, the support Luna, which of course, you know, the top teams in the world have shown that it absolutely can work. But let's see if Hanskin's going to be able to do that here today. On paper, that doesn't indeed look like a very easy game for some of the heroes on Alliance's lineup.
No, and I'm just trying to figure out what some of these heroes are really going to do. Like, what is support Luna really going to do? Eclipse looks like it's going to be worthless all game, right? Like, we're playing into Rage, Lifestealer, Speedy, Bloodseeker, heroes that all build Yule Scepters, Void Spirit with Disengage, and then Chen Creeps with a also massive heal that's going to come into play a lot of times. I feel like this Chen is going to counteract a lot of what Alliance does have. The Omni Slash is going to get countered a lot of the times, and, you know, there's a lot of sustain that is coming in from Viking too. They have the Infest as well, which we've seen a lot of teams using as just protecting and saving heroes. So we'll see if Alliance is going to be able to make this draft work, because I'm struggling to see how it's all going to come together in comparison.
See, a bit of action here. Toby just chasing down Nico Baby. What sort of lanes they do end up being in. Nico Baby is going to head up towards top. Toby will just continue to follow him through the jungle towards that top lane, and it's like overall the setup's not too surprising. Would you sort of agree with the panel? We did see, of course, the hesitation at the end from Alliance in terms of who was going to be playing the Pugna, who was going to be playing the Magnus. Do you like it this way around, or sort of, I think as Kyo was saying, would you prefer to see them the other way around?
I feel like the Magnus mid would have been a little bit stronger, just in particular in the matchup specifically. I think Limp also has some things he has to worry about too at this last pick, Void Spirit. Hero that can control you and just everything is magic damage. You can pop this Pugna through Decrepify in most situations.
See top lane.
Well, Magnus, yeah, it's
damage.
Just a strong lane.
Blade Fury. Yeah, with the way it's set up with S4 down bottom, I mean, he should be able to pretty farm down there. Right? It's not a hard lane for S4.
No, I wouldn't imagine so. I feel like Chen can do so much fun moves here that you can just break this lane. You can even set up what they kill on the Luna pretty easily, though. Hanskin can definitely die if Celery's able to ever get a good creep. We're seeing that Hanskin is making sure that he blocks those camps, though. The first ward to block the small camp, and then, of course, he's body blocking the hard camp.
Yeah. And I guess some overall, too, in terms of heroes that do have the potential to have a pretty open game. You say already the Void Spirits having those strengths against heroes such as the Pugna, but overall just the lack of catch, right? I mean, you look at this Void Spirit, what's actually going to be there to catch him by surprise?
Yeah, not a whole lot. I feel like that's going to be, like, a lot of the times I'm looking at Alliance's draft and I don't know how they play when they don't have RP down. I don't know how they make these, even just ganks across the map. Who's going to be your ganking trio? Witch Doctor, Pugna, and Luna? It's very awkward.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for Limp, it's just right. You're a Pugna, but you're a Pugna that alone, you're never really going to be able to walk up and threaten a Void Spirit. He's jumping out there. You're never going to be able to walk up and threaten a Lifestealer. He's raging out there. Yeah,
your hard stun is a Witch Doctor cask and a Lucent Beam. Besides RP, it's very limited. We see Celery, he's finally able to get the D ward, so his pull is going to be open. But we're seeing they're able to farm down bottom just fine. Shad, the thing is that he can't get pressure down here. And Hanskin, he actually has to instantly TP when they get an open wounds on him. So they're not slowing Shad down at all.
No, Shad not in any trouble against this thing right now.
We see mid, Limp is coming out with a couple more denies. Maybe a little bit to be expected in the matchup. Pugna's been very dominant in a lot of these matchups, especially versus these melees. And top, I saw FNG. He went for the level 1 heal this game on the Witch Doctor, so just full about playing the lane passively, just trying to secure Nico Baby the farm.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
able to find himself a courier and replace another sentry to block the small camp before it spawns. So Celery unable to get a small creep yet, but his hard camp is open.
Try to make a bit of a go on Celery here, but step through the trees and get back out of there in time. I mean, I think one thing that definitely can be said though for Alliance, you know, it is a Nico baby juggernaut. This is, you know, one of the heroes where if he starts to hit those early farming items timings, he can become sort of this ultra carry at a pace that, you know, a lifestealer isn't going to be able to farm at the same rate. You know, Nico baby, if he gets a clean start, he's going to be at the top of the charts.
Oh yeah, and if he can ever find opportunities for these clean Omni Slashes, sure, he might be able to actually kill like the lifestealer if he's isolated. Just looking at the whole, you know, the whole thing together, boom, don't feel like that's going to be the case. There's going to be Chen creeps a lot of the time too, and a lot of different heals that he has to deal with. The one thing for Nico baby, there's no BKB piercing stuns. While the Lifestealer does have to worry about that on the side of Alliance. Decent amount of BKB piercing things.
Nothing to your pile.
Mid lane, Rune Spawn won't favour Viking as it's a pots bottom. He's able to take it. It's an arcane. Might allow him to get a few more lucid beams in harass down on the bottom lane.
Stops the pull. Getting harassed really hard by these creeps though. A little Wild Wing with that plus damage. They're actually pinging him out. It looks like Celery wanted Shad to go over there and go on Onskin. Might have been able to actually kill him.
See top, they're going to try and kill Toby here.
Are fortified.
At least have a bit of a shot there. Does Nash want to commit there?
Bottom, S4 does he actually puts the second point in Shockwave, and I think they're aware of that now. So they might look to actually pressure S4 whenever he steps up without having Skewer.
Next round of open wounds. Paul's gonna have to be careful. But has managed to push them in a way that will give Hanskin the space to take the two bounty runes down here. Top lane, top half of the map, Viking will be able to get those two. And in fact, the dives there by Toby and Aramis. They're in onto FNG and they'll find it. First blood coming in at 5 minutes.
Very strong lane up top. All these Bloodseeker +1 lanes just feel insane. Bloodseeker plus Rubik, Bloodseeker plus Lina, Bloodseeker plus Windranger. Just any of these just feels super dominant most of the times. And oh, Aramis with his deep ward, he's gonna get a courier snipe.
Courier has been killed.
Taking Obs and a sentry away from Alliance for a bit of time.
We're seeing Boom suffer mid though a bit here, you know, after that laning start and then also just not getting the rune. He's actually been pushed out completely here as now with the catapult. He actually can look to pressure the tower a little bit here. Does have the 3 points in decrep, more about the killing build, but should still be able to really punch on this tower. Aramis is going to rotate over to try to slow it down. This is a big move here. Do they have any points in 8th and mid? They don't, so they can't look to really set up on a kill, but he can deny the rune.
Radiant's middle tower
away from he gets a sentry. He's actually looking for the kill.
He's going to go for this. Aramis is able to turn with the stun set up. In fact, time's been bought for Boom to jump in. Doesn't want to commit any further with that second step. Wouldn't have had enough to pop limp and has to be cautious and respect that life train turnaround capability. Still keeps Aramis safe.
S4 having to play a lot more defensively bottom. He's even put the third, even another point here. No skewer, just third point into Empower. So walking up, getting more last hits is a little bit concerning for him, but I feel like he's gotten enough out of this lane anyway. Yeah,
and I imagine he probably feels that against this lane, as long as he's got a TP, he's going to be able to escape, right? There isn't going to be that threat of killing him at a rate that he can't be careful. But yeah, with the gank of Boom, there certainly will be the burst. There's no escape for S4. When there's 3 of them beating down upon him,
tower is under attack.
Shad get the last hit, so still more money going the way of a lifesteal that's already had very, very free farm down here on the bottom lane.
Yep. We see Hanskin. I kind of figured that this would be the case. You know, I don't know what you do as a support Luna really if you're not running like a tri lane. He's just stacking. They've got a double ancient stack and a triple hard camp stack to set up top. Jug.
And the try for Toby here. They've got Limp coming over as well. They're going to have the burst easily. Take down Toby so it's quick. As Boom makes a move down bottom. Limp's available to reflect that and make the move up top. Takes out Toby.
Is he done? Boom, trying to poke on that mid tower a little bit there, but he is a Void Spirit, and Hanskin will get some much needed levels here in the mid lane. It looks like S4 is actually going to be the one to take the stacks, so not leaving them for the jug.
Yeah, I mean, I guess sort of figures that Nico Baby, he's very happy still in this top half of the map. He's free farming. It's sort of the time spent heading over there to clear those stacks. Not quite worth it for himself, and it's never bad for S4 to get himself some early farm, pushing towards his first time. I mean, is this a game where you think he will be going for the Blink Dagger straight up, or do you imagine we're going to see some auras being built up by S4?
I think he might have to go for Blink. They have no forms of starting fights or really doing anything in the game. Witch Doctor, Luna can't force anything. I feel like S4 might have to go for the Blink. And also, another thing to point out, since he did take the stack, he actually took a Royal Jelly charge for himself. He didn't fit the limp.
Oh.
He took it for himself and for the carry.
S4's, yeah, he's gonna say to Nico, baby, don't tell anyone. Don't tell Limp.
He was quick how he handed them out too, with no hesitation when he picked it up. See, Hans can continue to stack up. And we're seeing Viking already coming out with a slight gold lead here after this laning start. And it feels like for them, they can make the moves a lot easier. They can actually gank lanes. They can gank from side to side. It feels a lot more limited for the side of Alliance.
This one was always mine.
Imagine as well this game for Alliance. Would you sort of say that the Jug with the Empower and the scaling is better for them? But when you look at the heroes they have this game, I mean, you know, last game we did see Viking getting away with the passiveness. This time around, is it more likely to reward Alliance if the game falls into a similar state?
It definitely could, yeah. The Jug plus the Magnets are going to be really strong. There's some strong stuff from Viking though, like this Life Stealer. We've seen how much they have this Tricore going for them as well too.
Mid, Hanscap was able to move in and get the kill onto Aramis. The Life Drain is keeping Hanscan alive, and it'll save them.
Very nice.
Able to walk away there. Boom not quite able to commit to bursting down. So Alliance getting the pick on the leader, backing off in time.
Limp. While Pari walks out, he gets ruptured.
Difficult damage here. Limp trying to stand his ground here, straight away coming in with the burst. Toby's taking a lot of damage, but the Remnant's in place. Pulls him back, cancels the life drain.
Bottom though, they actually get Shad with a movement from Nico, baby.
Ooh, with the RP and the Omni.
Yeah.
The double ult, it does the job.
Nice.
That's a huge move to make. I mean, bringing in the carry and taking out the enemy carry. Big moves from Alliance down in that bottom lane.
Having to commit both their big ults though. I feel like that's the only way they can actually set up ganks. It's just like it's RP. The other, besides that, it's Witch Doctor and Luna don't set up ganks. They don't defend towers either. It's a very awkward support combo. They're going to get a good amount of pressure down bottom, but we see top Viking. They're actually going to put more pressure, and they're bringing heroes bottom to fight.
Already out with the skewer. Now, TP backup coming in for Alliance. FNG's over here, as well as Hanscamp walking over. A little hard for Viking GG to chase any further.
Dire's top tower.
They're just getting more out of the map again, just like the last time. Already up to a 3k gold lead.
Yeah, a little surprised that that kill on Shad didn't really shake up the lead that Viking has right now at all. Still holding that 2 to 3k advantage over Alliance's farm here in the early game.
They've gotten some pretty big kills. And Toby, he's 71 lasted, so he's a lot on its off-lane Bloodseeker in comparison to the Magnus. Only has like 60, and a lot of those were jungle creeps for S4. So Toby also quite a bit more farmed. He's like Yule's already finished up, I believe, on this Bloodseeker. Very early. Now he can also be, that setup now for the Lina. He can start moving around and ganking a lot more on this offlaner.
Sure, and a solid dodge for, against those big ultimates. Set a lot to rely on getting the kills. RP, Omni Slash, you're quick with the Yules, you're going to be able to dodge both of those.
Yeah, I think they should. I even wouldn't mind if Viking builds 3 Yules. Like Void Spirit, Lina, and the Bloodseeker. It works so well versus this lineup of Alliance. Set up around mid. They've got the Ogre Ice Armor set up onto Shad. 28 armor.
Boom.
So no boom.
She's going in aggressively there. S4 toying around with the idea of dropping the RP, but won't do so. Boom is out with the Astral Step.
Bottom. Nico Baby gets ruptured.
Still got the spin in the TP. And in fact, he's just going to turn on the Omni. And he's going to get... Oh, he's going to get it. The crit comes out. Nico Baby gets the kill. Boom's headed down here, but Nico Baby, he's fine. He's able to walk away. This is overconfidence there for Toby. Maybe not expecting the Omni Slash to be back up. But it was. I think it probably only just came up for Nico Baby. It's a dead Bloodseeker.
Perfectly done too. He pops the drum charge as he omnis. That extra attack speed, it was everything. If he didn't have that, the Hand of God would have saved that Bloodseeker for sure. And that was right before the Bloodseeker, I believe, did have the Yules finished up. I think it was a base or... Oh, no, he's still missing a component.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nico Baby bringing it back for his team. They really need him to. He has to do so much this game. It really does feel for Alliance. He has to carry, and it looks like he has to be kind of the playmaker a little bit. As they're just limited because of their two supports. As you see Hanskin, he's 1-0-0, but he's just a Luna. He's just going to farm up. I guess he's going to go for Aghanim in this game, which I don't know what else you really buy as these support Lunas. But he isn't a Chen, so. And Rage, which kind of counteracts it very heavily. See Aramis set up on top for Hanskin.
Aramis is able to get in range for the stun, but Hanskin is playing it smart, keeping to that top tree line.
Yep. They're waiting for Boom to walk over. Boom getting close. Aramis is going to commit soon.
Now
and they're bringing even more just in case.
Yeah, Hanskin. I don't think he can run away from this one. He can maybe try and Duke and go for a TP out, but now Boom's in straight away. On top of him. Hanskin will be found.
A lot of farm for Nico Baby though all this time that they're not able to pressure him at all. That is the one thing too, is like we haven't talked a lot about how this Void Spirit, very little disables for him. No BKB piercing anything for the Jug. So Nico Baby, he's got this free farming game as Toby mid. Malik's gonna be enough. He should be okay.
Just responsible with straight TP out.
Yeah, look at how deep Nico Baby is. Look how far deep he's pushing. That's how.
I mean, he knows, right? Yeah, he doesn't feel that they can kill him, and I don't think he's wrong. 2-0-1.
Limp getting set up on. Got back up.
Bottom tower.
Straight away, immediate TPs from everybody on Alliance coming in to keep him safe. I mean, Limp won't go down. They aren't able to get the catch on to Boom in turn. S4 is very close to having the blink. Just 100 gold away from having blink dagger on S4.
I mean, that could be huge. Another incredibly quiet game, Owen. 4-4, 15 minutes. Just
it is, and I mean, as I say, I think this time around, you know, you're a Jug with power. I think Alliance is. Maybe it's arguable if they're more comfortable than Viking in this game, but they're definitely more comfortable compared to the position in the lineup they were playing with in game one when it came to sort of slowing things down. This time around, they've actually got a Jug, so with the Empower, who can really make the most of this downtime.
Yeah, they're not hemorrhaging too many kills either on their other core. Like Limp, he's only got the one death, so. Yeah, if they just keep it at this pace, it does feel like Nico Baby can do quite a lot in this game. I mean, Manta's already done. Phase Manta Drum, level 13, almost level 14. It's off to fantastic timings. And it really feels like it's going to be so limited for them to catch him. It's like Aramis has to stun him from the tree line or something for them to actually set up.
It's going to be a light strike into a remnant from Boom, and that, even then, you know, you're going to actually have the damage. You're going to need at least the Laguna to have a chance. Nico Baby just charging in to provide a slow down Aramis over the side. Limp, been ruptured. They're holding the high ground here. Viking aren't going to step into it.
Insta-bailed. Aramis is immediately TP'd back to base. They had no intention of fighting in that area.
This Jug it's going to be very hard to deal with. Shad he's got the AC. I mean, I imagine for Shad, do you think Abyssal Bash is probably quite high on his list of priorities this game?
Yeah, the AC works really well though with this whole team when they're grouped up. It's going to buff up everybody, right? That Lina and that Void Spirit as well, just quite a lot. I do like this choice here. It's not selfish at all. It's really not. It's just all about the team, really, if he's just going to go for this build.
Radiant's middle tower.
And that's really what I feel like Viking is all about, is like this group up. Same thing for Alliance, but...
Radiant are scanning.
See Shad has to be careful here if this RP. S4 is at the ready.
Yeah, he's
Radiant structures
almost in a position to go for it there on Shad.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Doesn't try and find the jump. Just happy with forcing Viking away from this top tower.
Radiant's top
allowing
tower
Alliance to clean up another objective. Viking, meanwhile, putting pressure on elsewhere. It's bottom lane, Boom and Aramis pushing on.
Trying to get any of these towers, but this mid and bottom tower is still quite a problem for them. Mostly the mid one, as we see the smoke coming out. S4, they're trying to get this set up onto Shad.
Is he going to be able to, you know, are his spidey senses tingling? They're hunting Shad. There's the jump. And they go. Everything drops down on the Shad.
He's still alive?
Oh my goodness, he didn't
The
die. He
armor?
didn't die. 3 ults for what? They didn't kill him. And now Viking's going to be able to turn up, kill FMG. Nico, baby. His Bayfield's about to come to an end. He's running. They're chasing. The other one's out. We'll be able to remove it with the Manta Star. Over to the side. Celery and Aramith, they control S4. The Bloodbright, and this is not going to hit onto the 2 of them. Nico, baby, will manage to get away with the rest of them, but he didn't die for those 3 ults thrown down onto Shad. I mean, between what the armlet toggling and the 1, it wasn't enough damage. Death Ward, RP, and Omni Slash, it didn't do it.
And this is when we talk about all the little things kick in and all the little things matter. Broom handle, plate mill, all this armor, the heal. Light's still looking to go in. Nico, baby, no Omni, though. He has to be much more careful. One disabled, he can be very likely to die. They do have their Magnus respawning. So, baby.
Hit up by Lim. Scout as well as the Malik, but now Shat moves in onto FNG. FNG burst low, the dust is out. FNG heading up to the high ground, has him comfortably onto the board. Boomer booms out the astral step. Over to the side he goes. Aramith taking damage with the blade. Pure S4 into the side, but he's stopped in mid-skewer by the Yule Scepter. Remnants out, they do lose Selena. Instant buyback from Aramith as they'll kill off S4. Alliance holding the high ground here. Nico, baby, holding his position. She is still ruptured. Viking, they're trying to push this Roshan. Alliance still doing their best to push Viking away from being able to comfortably take this Roshan.
Nico, baby, still very confident of how strong he is. They're going to send the Void Spirit back to heal and then recall him with the Divine Favor to look to fight. So full HP, full mana. They're even going to bottle up their teammates, it looked like. Yeah, Toby walking near. So they're all healthy. Alliance, Luna very low on mana. The rest of them are healthy, though. That's forward to see the TP. His TP's on cooldown 20 seconds.
He's walking over. The ults are going to be up, so now it's a little harder for Viking to push for this Roche onto the side. Ooh. Nico, baby. They figure it out in time.
Stalemate, watching at the Roche here. 20 minutes kicks in. Bounty runes grabbed. But there's the Omni Slash. There's the RP available again. Fight gonna be a lot harder here for Viking. But Chad, I mean, he's almost got the AC finished. It's gonna help his team a lot with the mech aura, with the AC aura. All this plus armor is gonna be real strong versus this Jug Omni.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that it's not only those items, just the sense of the heroes too. You know, Chen with his armies. We've already said all these things adding up, meaning that they really do have to find opportune moments to get Nico, baby, in with the Omni Slash. It's not going to be easy to find that chance at all, really, in the team fights. At the point where we may really just see the Omni Slash used as a way to sort of keep Nico, baby, alive rather than necessarily guarantee him a kill.
Yeah, just so many different ways that they can play around it. And it's gonna get scary a little bit here too. I feel like they have to try to like force the Roche here on Alliance, which they can. Especially when Void Spirit gets the Ags, I feel like it changes a lot, because then he can just pop these back heroes. He doesn't quite have it. This is a big movement here for Alliance.
See if Alliance get away with this. Look out, the rest of them on the sidelines as S4's ready to jump with that RP. Falling low. We do have steal potential. Boom, ready with the Astral Step. They're able to snipe it. It's getting very low here.
Getting the creeps in.
Nico maybe trying to come in with the Blade Fury, but the Roche has been left incredibly low. The Shad's inside the pit. Hunter's out. They're looking to finish it off. They're going to be able to get the kill of the Aegis. Boom's able to pick it up. As off to the side, Nico maybe popped the Omni Slash, but he was just all over the place. Wasn't able to focus down anyone. Has the Blade Fury and heal from them to get him out of there. Shad turns over towards him, slows him down with the open wounds to set up for the Light Strike Array. Celery sends in the Central Creep to land the stun on the Pugna. Lip goes down as Viking GG. I mean, they just get in at the perfect time. The stuns are out. I believe what Aramis to sort of set up the space. Shad, he's in the pit. And they get it. They get the Aegis on Boom too. No problems with that. You know, they're very happy to pick it up on the Void Spirit. Big moves there from Viking.
And even though Nico, baby, we see him, he's very farmed in this game. He pops Omni Slash, all this armor. It takes 40 armor on a lifesteal. That's 3, in fact.
An easy kill for Shad there as Boom's in with the setup. Making moves down towards Nico, baby. Nico, baby. He has got play through, but he hasn't got a TP.
Oh my god. Are they going to actually be able to chase him out?
I mean, he's at the side. He's got the card down to Aramis. Aramis, he's trying to get a stop. The invest, he'll keep it. Aramis. Like the shot, but the blur of Haskins S4. Does manage to land a 3-man RP. Is there any more? No, it's sucking Shad low with the light trap, but it's not low enough. Boom Jones back over with the Astral Step. S4 tries to steal away. Nico Baby's just got to hold and hope that they don't see him up here. They do kill Boom the once. And they do it a second time. Boom. Great jump with the dissimulate. Nico Baby trying to head back in, but he's still rather low. Shockwave pulling Boom off to the side, but still too difficult for Nico Baby to get himself back in on the action. Now Viking GG up 7k, 12-5. They're starting to get quite ahead, and you know, Shad, he is keeping up. No problems with Nico Baby, despite Nico Baby having the Empower.
They're too tanky, and just there's way too much heals in the fights. Just innate tankiness from the armor that's coming out from all of them, and even some Ogre Frost armor that I've seen Celery doing. And then just Hand of God comes out, plus a mech. All the damage that Alliance throws out is just gone. It's looking real hard for Alliance to take into these fights. As for he has to, it feels like he has to find these dream RPs, but he can't. Toby's on him every single one of these fights. He just zooms onto him, pops a rupture, just hits him, just doesn't allow S4 to get any setup. Like I said, I feel like that's everything for Alliance. It's S4 landing an RP.
Viking.
They've got a timing now. Ag's finished up on Boom, so it's much stronger than he was in these last few showings.
So they're going to be able to
have a much harder time. Yeah.
Nico Baby.
Radiant.
He's going to show himself on the wave. They want to swoop down for him. No, they want to try and find whoever's hovering around this mid-tier 2, and it is Lim. Lim's having to climb up, but the dust is there. In fact, the double dust. So they're definitely going to be able to see him.
Dire's middle tower is
As
under
Lim.
attack.
That's underneath the tower.
Are fortified.
It's getting to the point where for some of these heroes on Alliance, it just doesn't feel like an easy game at all to play when you're behind. Lim very vulnerable to the burst, and even that physical, just the combination. Decrepify is not going to save him, and even if he does, they're going to have burst to go through.
Toby's just running in, ruptures Hanskin.
They're just bursting Hanskin low here. Hanskin not got many options. The Death Ward is down on Aramis, and with the Maledict should kill him, and actually Hanskin, he will live.
Okay.
Stands his ground, pots the Eclipse. They'll get the two of them, as Viking GG poked around a little too long.
The two supports feel like they just did more work than the Alliance in a lot of the fights. They're finally able to get some big kills.
Bounty.
But really feeling that effect of just having a 4-position Luna. Just it feels like it's not doing anything.
Hanskin.
Hanskin's, he's getting far. He almost got his bag. He's
Whoa.
walking into it.
Oh, we didn't see him!
What the treat?
The
War?
unintentional juke. Amazing. He didn't see him.
That was... Okay.
I mean, Hanskin will never know how close he was to his death there.
And now, I mean, he's got his Aghanims pretty much finished,
Yeah.
so... All right, it's been a pretty useless Luna besides just having some stacks going on throughout the majority of this game. Let's see if the Aghanims can start to actually bring it into fruition, because it's really starting to feel like Alliance has a pretty impossible game going forward here.
And we see Shad as well after he's got this bash. He's been flicking through a few items. I mean, what would you think is the best to settle on? He's got the MKB currently queued up, but he was also sort of toying between the Nullifier and also just the completed Abyssal. What do you think the MKB is the best decision here for him now? What does he need the most?
Yeah, MKB. They saw the pickup from Nico Baby, him going for Eagle Song. I think that those 3 items, though, are exactly how he should finish it up. Sure. He should go for MKB, into Abyssal, into Nullifier, because Nullifier counteracts Pugna, and Abyssal's just going to be really strong versus that Juggernaut. Finally give them a BKB piercing disable.
And I guess, of course, the Nullifier could also be very nice against these carries relying on the Empower.
Radiant's bottom tower.
That is very true.
Getting in, taking that off before a big fight kicks off can make all the difference.
Top tower is under attack.
But still a long way to go for that to happen. But again, not the most action-packed game. It is setting up to be a game that could draw on for a little bit of time. Both carries farming away to their heart's content.
Just is the question will have to come out is can Nico Baby do it by himself? Because the other two cores are just not farming, and Limp. He's at a point where he's already probably at that point where he's just kind of useless in the game. He's very susceptible to just dying if they get on top of him. Yeah. So yeah, can Nico Baby carry this? Gonna be a lot up to if S4 can get these big RPs for him. As yeah, they've itemized pretty much all about him. I was looking to see if they were going for like medallions or solar crest, but they just chose not to. The supports just went full greedy for themselves. Ags and Veil rather than any medallion or solar for Nico. I would have really liked to have them since they're doing a full 4 protect 1.
Illusion.
Lions confined with this as S4 leading the way. Needs a big RP. They need it to get a good jump to keep the fight going in their favor.
He can't be the one to just start the fight, though. I feel like someone else has to start some chaos, so S4 can actually get an opportunity to get these RPs off. He can't just walk up. They're not going to give him that chance.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Someone has to just walk in and maybe
Celery's just guarding this high
life.
ground. He knows that some sort of movement's coming in around here, and it is.
Instant stun. Puts that ward up.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Infest on boom. They're looking. They saw S4 for a second. That's the target. That's the main one that they want to get on Viking.
S4. Oh, he's going to jump in. The armor's on Aramis. Pugna's able to do the dodges. He jumps right out with the astral step. They burst down Aramis, but instant buyback comes out. And now Boom's ready to fight back in with a 3-man silence. Hitting the resident pulse on all of the live trains. Keeping hands kept live. Toby with a run down onto Nico Baby. The healing wards keeping Nico Baby alive. Toby, he's able to take it away though. Nico Baby tries to turn. But the ults have been used. RP's down. Omni Slash is down. And so is Eclipse. And all that they got out of it was a dead Lina. They only were able to kill off Aramis. And now Vikings ready to fight back with full force. Laguna Blade down onto S4. He's able to skew off to the side, but Shad's got the damage. S4's taken out.
They both jumped at the same time.
Yeah,
Boom
just
jumps and dodges the RP with Shad inside him, so they only catch Aramis, and now the hero's lost for Alliance.
As you say, it's so important for Alliance. They have to hit something with these ultimates. The RP in particular, if they don't get something clean to start the action off. I mean, you saw how quick like Viking just adjusted to that perfectly. The instant buyback from Aramis and Hand of God being popped. It's just total chaos. And the Alliance, you can feel it. They seem lost after an RP is missed. If they don't get an RP on a core to set up for a kill to start it off, Alliance knows that they've just got to turn their tails and run. They've got to get out of there because there's no chance of fighting Viking once those abilities have been missed.
I mean, it really feels like those are their only abilities, I'll be honest. Like, I'm watching and Limp can't really get too much off because he's so far behind in this game. It's really just an Omni Slash and just some auto attacks from Jug. If they miss the RP, the fight's just over.
Come on, baby. Trying for some split push here. It's going to take a Laguna to the face. Aramis pushes him back. Space there for Viking to take that Roshan.
Aegis and Cheese, almost MKB finished on Lifestealer. They're taking all the boxes, and I'm looking at the itemization. It's all about just dealing with Jug. They know all these other heroes, they don't do much of anything, just massive amounts of armor, Lotus Orbs, etc. being built up. Yeah, this feels like Viking. They're prepping themselves to just be able to handle Nico Baby. So I feel like Alliance, this might be one of their last hurrahs here. Abyssal Blade purchase.
Doesn't it?
If they lose this next fight, it doesn't feel like they're going to be able to win any in this game.
Timing on RP, okay, so the ults are all back up and ready to go. We're seeing already how hard it is for him to make that move onto Viking. Now having to do it to Viking with the Aegis and Cheese, they're going to have to come out with some sort of jump or move that we are yet to see from them this game.
Yeah, they have to try to get him isolated, but even then, like we've mentioned multiple times, Shad, he has 44 armor when he has the armlet on.
Yeah.
He has a greater Fairy Fire, so he'll probably get 1 or 2 charges off. Aegis too. So many different things now that Alliance has to deal with, and look at the way the lanes are. A Viking, they're aware of the positioning of Alliance right now because top and mid are just so far pushed in. Top's actually going to start getting hit on by a Catapult. Blood Rage at Toby. Maybe will eventually.
And look at this as well from Celia. This is some pretty top tier Chen army, right? If you look at the creeps he has, it's kind of perfect for all across the board what they offer.
Yep. Some armor, some movement speed, some magic resistance, and some damage. And a stun. Look at all the buffs that they have on them when they're running around.
Look at it. Going past the inventory, so many buffs.
Oh, he spotted. It's a freebie.
The void minds not your existence.
As look, I mean, Alliance, they're going to need some miracle-like plays from S4 with the RPs.
I mean, they drafted like that. Like, they picked Luna, Pugna, and Witch Doctor. Like, you have to know that this game is going to get to a point where it's all on RP and on Nico Baby. Like, these three, like, as soon as Pugna starts doing bad in the game, the support duo can't do anything. Like, Witch Doctor and Luna, they can't set up for kills. Nice. Oh, there, he's spotted.
And he's going to be killed.
Why did you make it?
Starting to really fall apart here for Alliance here in this game too.
Yep, more items going into Vikings inventory. Shiva is now finished for the Void Spirit, level 20.
Full pipe on
And
the
on the
side.
ground. Oh boy, yeah.
Here we have Nico Baby. Get the Blade Fury off in time.
I'm actually surprised he built the pipe instead of going Lotus Orb.
Oh, look at that. Pulling onto FNG. Wow, FNG's not going to be alive for this defense. It's just straight up dragged in by the rent. They do get the skill back onto Shad. Jumping for Boom comes in straight away with the silence. Keep Shad safe. They do turn over towards Boom Boom. Getting focused, but he's able to jump out to the side. Got his back up to full HP. Boom's able to jump out. They won't kill him. Was a buyback coming out from Limp, but not able to set up or catch anyone from Viking. Even with that deep skewer, it wasn't enough.
Yeah, very scary for a second there. He's forced to pop his cheese to survive as he gets almost chain bashed under tier 4s. He's gonna push them back. But yeah, we're seeing the
silent killer.
Alliance. They got any smokes? What sort of moves can they make? I mean, is there actually a chance of getting a jump outside of the base, or can they only really rely on a high ground hold?
I think they can only really rely on high ground, and they're also playing into Aegis. So it's just too scary really to walk out, make a mistake, and you can just lose the game here if you miss an RP. So much pressure on S4. Seeing bottom, Hanskin, he's trying to find places to farm, but Toby, he's standing on top of him.
Yeah, he's just ready to play around with Hanskin. Yeah.
Goodbye, Hanskin.
Nothing to be done here by Luna. Mid lane, Nico Baby did start to make a move over towards Shad, but not a target to jump upon with the Omni Slashes. That just be quite enough damage. This jug, even as farmed as Nico Baby is. Now,
getting initiated on. Gets a spin though.
For the twins.
CS4 goes for a long journey to push top as well as gather 2 bounty runes for his team, so get some gold. But we're seeing alliances. It looks like desperate moves, right? Just trying to find anything they can out of the map as Vikings they're constricting them completely. And look at Aramis and Boom on the hunt again. S4.
He's out.
We'll make it out.
He's out and away. Managed to live. But, yeah, we're seeing some the really sort of insane numbers coming out. And in the good and the bad sense, really, for both teams. I mean, it's getting close to the stage where Limp and S4, they're going to be falling behind the net worth of the 2 supports of Viking GG in a sort of an objectives time.
Yeah, they actually might get 5 of the top 6 on the side of Viking if it keeps going at this pace. They just don't get reclaimed in the Alliance. They're feeling a little bit of strength here, moving out, getting some wards, and actually going for a smoke play. They have vision down bottom of this lifestealer. If they blow absolutely everything on Shad, they can get him. If he's totally isolated.
Dire are scanning.
Getting to make a move over there as their lane's still pushing in heavily.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, all of them just sitting around Hanskin. That was very obvious too. They have like the Vlad's aura on him too, so they just know that everyone was sitting right next to him. So they just ping him, set themselves up on the high ground, let Aramis keep pushing the lanes. Viking playing it calmly here, waiting till they can finish up these next few items. They're just a great state right now. All the pressure's on Alliance. Viking sweeping up toward top here. Nico Baby is pushing out forward here. Aramis, he's in position to try to get the stop from the tree line.
The opening. I mean, the good is out. Ooh, I'm not quite there in time, but it doesn't matter. The bash isn't just the right clicks from Shadow takes him away. Nico Baby pushing out alone. They're just able to set up like that on him.
And he's playing on the southern side too. So many times this game, Alliance has been very careful playing on the northern side of the tree so they can't get stunned from the tree line, but slip up once Aramis, he finds it. And 70 seconds where they just can't do anything. Alliance just has to watch the whole map be farmed.
20-8, 14k lead. I mean, well, we've heard it from sort of Viking in the interviews that they've given about how they really do sort of study how their opponents play, and they always try and come up with something that directly counters what that team's been proven to be successful with. And it definitely feels like in both of these games, they are just playing, they know exactly how to play against Alliance. As Alliance just, both of these games has just seemed pretty lost.
Yeah, it really just feels like for Alliance, it's just been a lot of them just playing the farm game. Vikings, they're playing the farm game, but then they know when they hit their timings that they can punch back at these moments. Yeah, it's been some real good play and real good control of the game. Alliance is just, it's really felt like no hope for the majority of this game since this 20-minute mark where they were pretty close on this gold. After that point, it's just been Viking the whole way. And yeah, we're looking at that net worth. Lina has now surpassed Pugna and Magnus. So 4 of the top 5 for Viking.
It's not like the ones below are that far apart. Like, there's still a chance that we'll see Chen take over and get himself up into the top 6 too.
Yep.
I mean, what one team fight salary he's going to be up. He's going to be up there with the rest of them. And,
yeah, and all these things will really matter.
Roshan, that might do it. That'll get him close.
They have a full Agnes on Aramis now too, so the Jug, Nico Baby starting to look very frail. 2300 HP, and Ags Laguna more than half HP just beyond. It's Aegis and Cheese.
Aghanims for Toby.
Oof. Very nice. Yeah, double. Oh my god, that's going to be so good. 2 charges of Rupture. And they also did find a Timeless Relic for Boom. So spell damage debuff duration on this Void Spirit, who is approaching 25. Yeah. The Dissimulate stun talent probably going to be grabbed if he hits that too. And
yeah, and he's also not too crazy. Far up from pretty much getting the Octarine done.
Yep. They're just getting so many different items in Alliance. They're not getting much of anything. It's just Nico Baby slowly trickling getting these items.
It's, we say a lot of times in games that do get very one-sided and a team's down with a mag, but I do mean it when, for Alliance to turn this S4, he's going to need a 5-man RP. If anything less, it's not going to cut it. They have to hit something insane as they're 26k down, and just nobody other than Nico Baby with any sort of semblance of farm on their team.
Nope. You know what would be the saddest, that he lands like a 4-man RP and then Nico Baby runs into Omni and he Omnis a Lotus. Still possibilities of all this happening.
Well, that's true. Nico Baby's got to watch out for that. You do not want to Omni a Lotus Lifestealer.
No.
I'm sure he won't. These guys are professionals. But if he does, you are right. That could certainly
top tower is
rub some extra salt in the wounds here for Alliance, as this has, without doubt, been a very rough series for them. After, some performances from Alliance as well. That they did pretty much what they ended up at the top right during the group stage. They were winning. They were winning up win after win. I guess for whatever reason today is just, it's not Alliance's day. They've turned up against Viking, and just seems like Viking's done the better prep, the better homework.
Yeah, and the better draft, really, like you can just say. Alliance's draft is just, it's awkward because they have this support Luna. It just makes everything so hard for you to really do much of anything ever in the game. Like 41 minutes and we can just keep talking about it. Hansing's 1-4-4. I feel like his biggest contribution really was just stacking some camps for his team. Feels so hard for them to just play anything and just do anything versus this Viking draft. Yeah, the lead's just getting ridiculous at this point. It's almost 30k. Well, 25 for Shad. Almost 25 for Boom.
Dire's bottom tower is
they're almost
attack.
a critical mass here.
Yeah. There we have it. Time to push the base. What is Alliance going to do about this?
Are fortified.
See what S4 can do. Can he get any type of blink skewers? They've already got vision of him, so he has to watch out if he blinks up. He can just get Yules and comboed immediately. He's just going to get Yules.
I mean, instantly, as soon as he's in, the Yules is there. He's trying to run, jump forward. The Laguna bursting it low. They're trying to keep him alive with the life train, but with the Abyssal, Shad's just over onto Limp. The buyback will come out from the two of them. Turn over towards Shad, but still in on the front. Nico Baby's got the flashes and control onto Boom, but it isn't enough. Boom, he's able to jump out, pop the cheats. He's back up to full HP. He's out of there. As Viking GG, they'll get the space to take this rack. 3 heroes dead as well, having to come out with 2 buybacks there, Alliance, but still not able to do anything against Viking with those buybacks.
I'm surprised he goes for the skewer play. You have to know that they're gonna use you instantly, right? I was seeing it the whole time too. Like Aramis is just waiting in position with all this cast range. F4 has to be more careful.
There we go. Puts a solid RP onto the 2 of them, and Clips following up as well. But with the Yules and with the Zibite, they're out of there. Chat's already moved it on to them, take it down to Pugna. Over he goes, over the wall to S4. S4's dead. Nico Baby silenced and killed. That's going to be it. 3 dead to the 3 cores, no buybacks available. As Viking, they can just play around with the lives right now as they clean this one up. Triple kill for Boom. Onto the tier 4s they go. There's the GG. And a rough day for Alliance indeed as Viking. I mean, both of these games, Viking just looking so composed and controlled. It was just a